This is MSR TV6 15 Minutes News. In the headlines, major illegal oil operation spot and closed down. Man in possession of high-tech assault rifle arrested. Oil spill on Colby roads cause major traffic jam. These stories with much more details coming up right after this.
MSR Cable TV, simply the best.
A massive investigation is being presently carried out on an illegal and hazardous oil storage which was discovered and is now ordered to be closed down by the authorities. The illegal oil storage, which is located in the Sucker Garden area next to the GEBE warehouse, was operating for quite a long time now by a man with the initials RA, a local St. Martiner. Here is police spokesperson Inspector Ricardo Henson to go more into details concerning this illegal operation.
We have had several calls coming in on Monday also from concerned citizens informing the police and the Romy department that there was an illegal site next to the GEBE area in the Sucker Garden area where used oil was being stored, and it had been becoming a nuisance to the area. And when the police went there, they found two large oil storage, to pits that people would dig in the ground, dig the ground open and pour oil in it to safeguard the oil for transportation. So the used oil, they would take it and they would store it in bins, or they would store it or barrels, or they would store it in the ground and pour and then take this oil abroad and recycle it and sell it and make a profit from it. But nevertheless, the way it was done in the Sucker Garden area, this, from my experience, this is the second one I have experienced, and it is very dangerous and hazardous to the environment. So the police department, together with the Romy department, are busy doing an investigation to try to find who are the ones responsible, the ones that have, who's the owners of the property, or who has the rights to the property, and who's conducting this type of illegal operation correctly. Illegal operation, and what we're doing, we're going to make a report. We're going to forward that report to the public prosecutor's office, where then the public prosecutor would make a decision on how to continue with whether it's punishment or whether they're going to file charges against the owner of the land or the ones that are doing it. This is a very hazardous and extremely dangerous situation, because if it only takes a spark to light this area, and you can't get it out because it's so much oil and it spreads, and there would be so much explosions, and the people in the environment can't come around, and it's poisoning the ground, it's poisoning the plants, it's poisoning the roots of any type of plant. So we have been busy with that, and if I'm not mistaken, I have just received a call that the cleanup has already started, and those that are responsible have been called to answer to their responsibility. So we hope that we have some answers for that within short. It was on Monday, February 17th at approximately minutes to 10, when a patrol was sent to the Guanabay area, where there was a report of numerous gunshots going off, and just before, and a patrol was sent to the area, and just before arriving at the scene, a second call came in that more shots were being fired, and that the possible suspect was driving a silver-colored pickup, and he was at the time leaving the area. And he was leaving, and he was driving towards Phillipsburg direction. So Guanabay is an area that you have to come over the hill and then head towards Phillipsburg. And the information that was coming in was coming from an off-duty police officer who lives in the neighborhood, and he was giving the information. And the patrol blocked the pickup, and while they were going in, they blocked the pickup as it was coming out, and they ordered the driver to step out of the vehicle. And during their investigation, they found a high-powered rifle, assault rifle, a very, very dangerous piece of weaponry. It's very dangerous. It's used by the SWAT teams in the U.S. It's used by those professional organizations, that crime-fighting organizations, and it's used also in those countries that war is going on. And if these type of weapons are coming to the island, then things are becoming quite serious. It is already serious, but more serious than we can even fathom. We don't know. People would not know how serious this is. So we are very happy that we could have located this weapon and take it off of the streets. There were many empty shell casings that were found in the vehicle. All of them were confiscated, and we are going to investigate and try to find out from the suspect, which is a 29-year-old young man from St. Martin with initials DR, and he has been arrested, and he is in custody pending further investigation. We will try to find out where he got this weapon from, and all of those things. So an investigation is going on, and we hope that it ensures that we have some type of results that we can tell the people what exactly, where exactly this weapon came from. It's something quite serious, and we hope that we would have some information within short for the community. And then yesterday we had another unfortunate incident where there was an incident where they said that an off-duty police officer was involved in a heated dispute with a taxi driver, and when both sides, there was a dispute, and we don't know exactly what happened, but there was a serious dispute where it was said cars were involved, hitting of cars, driving cars into each other's cars. But nevertheless, this situation had gotten out of hand. The traffic department was involved. The internal affairs was involved because they said at one time a weapon was stolen. We don't know exactly what happened and why it happened, but nevertheless, there is an investigation ongoing from both sides, in the sense that the public prosecutors had advised the internal affairs to do their investigation. The traffic department has involved, the detective have been involved, and we hope to have some answers to exactly what transpired over a period, maybe almost an hour, where they have been saying that the police officer pulled his weapon and threatened the taxi driver. So we are busy doing that. We don't have the clarity to the whole situation, but we hope that at least by Friday, if not Friday, at least by Monday, after the internal affairs and all the departments involved do their investigation, that we would have some type of answers or some type of information that we can forward to the community, because I think the community has to know what is going on. We of the police department, these things are very unfortunate. It's because we have been working so hard towards bettering the communication with the public and doing the things that are right. And you would work hard, 2 steps forward, 3 backward. But nevertheless, we're going to continue, and we're going to do our best to inform the public, and most of all, to make sure that the public is safe. So you can look forward. We are not going to give up. We will not stop providing the community with safety, and that's what we do.
Traffic on the Colby Hill and coming from Marigot and Simpson Bay was backed up for several hours, so firefighters, police officers together with the Public Works Department can clean up an oil spill which happened sometime during the morning hours by unknown vehicle or vehicles. According to Officer Jones of the fire department, several calls came into the fire station and the police headquarters concerning vehicles which were sliding on the road and causing accident due to the oil spill. Motorists was frustrated and disgusted to be having to sit in their vehicles in traffic for up to 45 minutes to an hour before getting to their destination. Officer Petty was seen on the police motorbike riding through the traffic, explaining to the motorists what was happening and also assisting with traffic and trying to alleviate. The backed up traffic was all up until the border heading into Marigot. Many small business persons are coming up with creative ideas in which they can make a living to pay their bills and maintain their families due to the difficulty in obtaining jobs in this time of financial crisis. Several residents of French Quarter pooled ideas together after sitting at home for many months and not being able to be employed. MSR reporter interviewed several of these such persons who decided to use what they have to bring in some income. These are just a few of many who will be interviewed, and their humanitarian stories will be broadcast not only to showcase what they are doing, but so that also others can be encouraged and follow suit. Here are their stories.
Well, actually, I started in December last year. Yeah, December last year.
And what's the reason why you come up to operating here?
Well, actually, I was working before by Alvin Grocery, and then he closed down. I was home for a little while, and I figured that I had to do something. I started doing this home. Yeah. And then I said, okay, then well, and since I have the machines, so I could start this.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how is it going? I see that a lot of school children come and get their hot dog, their popcorn, and their chubbies and stuff. How is business going on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, okay, I'm here from Monday to Friday, yeah. Weekends I home with the family, so Monday to Friday is good, yeah. Yeah, it's good. The kids and everybody support here.
Yeah. And Leon, you think you are charged by the collectivity for occupying this space? Do you think it's a fair charge, or they can be a little more lenient?
No, it's a fair charge.
Okay.
Just that if the cameraman could take a shot at the roof and everything, it need to be paint, it need to clean, it need to do everything. We need a restroom for the ladies and the people who stop in here to buy. And actually we have this young fella who cleans and keep the place good. Yeah, but they could do better, yeah, but the price is all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to say, the place that is here, you see there's sometimes a lot of people hang out on the block. Is that a disturbance to your business?
Not really, because they too does support me.
Okay, that's good.
It's just that sometimes, things are just, yeah, but besides that, the boys, them good, everybody all right.
Well, for now, business is kind of slow because, it have a season for everything. It's right now I'm just selling to pay back when I take the stuff. So business is kind of slow, but apart from that, it's okay. It's fun being around there. Yeah.
And how long have you been here? Who came up with the idea of putting a stall here?
Me, I came up with the idea because I wasn't finding any work to do. So I decided, I'm from Dominica and my family do that back home. I have my brother sending up the food for me. So I decided instead of, I ain't getting no work, because it's been like 3 years since I'm in St. Martin. So I haven't get any work as yet. So I said, let me do that, seeing that my brother is sending the food for me. Mm-hmm.
And how you find the people responding to this? Are they coming and buying it?
Yeah. They're responding very good. Yeah. I make a lot of friends too. They're very glad because it have 2 other people right up, and instead of they going right up, we're right there.
And let me say to you, do you think that more of this idea should be done here? You set up little stalls to people to try and make $1?
Yes, I think that a lot more stuff should be done, but not the same thing all the time. But something different, Okay. Different things, because I sure people have a lot of ideas, but they just need to bring it out. Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing, it's a good thing you're doing. The kids come here, they buy the hot dog, they buy the popcorn. It's a good little idea, It's a good little idea. Stop the children from eating sweets also. Because they'll come, instead of going and buy sweet, they'll come and buy a hot dog or popcorn, which is very good. I find it's a good idea.
St. Martin is now an associate member of the Association of Caribbean States, ACS, while attending the 19th Ordinary Meeting of the Ministerial Council of ACS in Trinidad and Tobago last week. The St. Martin delegation, comprising of Acting Head of Department of Foreign Relations, Kalea Peters, and Senior Policy Advisor of Department, Patrice Gomes, successfully lobbied for the inclusion of St. Martin as an associate member of the organization. The Association of Caribbean States is the organization for consultation, cooperation, and concerted action in trade, transport, sustainable tourism, and natural disasters in the Greater Caribbean region. It is the only organization of its kind that allows for independent and non-independent states of the British, Spanish, Dutch, and French Caribbean to sit as equals at a table for the betterment of the region. The organization is also a platform for regional organization works in complementary to the ACS mission. These observer organizations include CARICOM, the Latin American Economic System, SELA, the Central American Integration System, SICA, the Permanent Secretariat of the General Agreement of Central America Economic Integration, SIECA, the United Nations Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean, ECLAC, the Caribbean Tourism Organization, CTO. Additionally, states that have expressed an interest in the region are also given observer status. These states are Argentina, Brazil, Canada, Chile, Ecuador, Egypt, Finland, India, and Italy. The Netherlands, South Korea, Morocco, Peru, Russia, Spain, Turkey, Ukraine, and United Kingdom. This has been MSR TV6 15 Minutes News. We want to thank you for viewing. Until next time.